Hi guys, welcome to this quick video review about the 7-piece patio furniture set from LAUSAINT. This is listed on Amazon. You can see I've just purchased this about 2 weeks ago and I'm currently assembling this thing here. On the pictures it looks very good, very tempting. It's also very cheap. You can get a lot of discounts currently, and it has pretty good reviews, but since we know that most of the first reviews usually on Amazon, they are fake reviews, so it's difficult to tell if it's a good thing or not. And here on this channel, of course, I'm going to tell you the real truth. This is not a sponsored review or so. This is just my honest opinion on this thing. So again, pictures look rather good. What I had the impression that these are really thick pillows, but they are not. I'm going to show you the pillows. Everything looks actually pretty good. You'd think it has some solid metal feet and a thick, good quality pillows. And yeah, it's definitely not. It's far from being really superior quality or so. I mean, it's not the cheapest stuff, but I can show you in detail what you really get. You will be surprised what you get. I mean, when you see the pictures, description, everything, it looks absolutely awesome. Yeah, here more description. Yeah, it says premium splash proof fabric. Yeah, it's definitely not. Wide seat, thick cushion. Yeah, it's definitely not. Adjustable feet. Yeah, we have feet, but these are plastic feet. I'm going to show you a couple of details which are absolutely crazy. I mean, the problem is when you buy something like that, you cannot just bring it back to the store where you have bought it or call them and say, hey, bring a replacement or so. It's usually not happening. With these things, it's difficult to deal with like returns, refunds, replacement and so on. I mean, in theory, they are saying, yeah, they have some eligibility for returns, but they are also telling about the possible restocking fee of up to 50% of any items for used or damaged returns, or even up to 100% for materially different items. Yeah, whatever that means. So here we are finished with the listing, so I'm going outside and show you some details. So here we are outside, and here we have assembled the first items. That's a corner piece, and you can see how this goes. You have to put a lot of screws in here, especially you can see that here there are a lot of screws, and it takes a long time to assemble this. In the first box, as you can see, we have a lot of boxes. We have 4 boxes, and in the first box there was just one table and a corner piece, and we needed with 2 persons we needed 1 hour to assemble that. Of course, over time you will get a little bit faster. Maybe that's not another hour for the second one, third one, fourth one, but I would expect maybe 2 or 3 hours at least for everything. Yeah, you can't do that in just 1 hour. Even with 2 persons, you need at least 2 hours, I would say. So these here we have the feet. You can hear that. That's super cheap plastic. I mean, we have this thing where you can adjust the height a little bit, but also this is rather cheap, and this is super cheap plastic. I don't know how long this will last. It would have been so much nicer if this would have been metal. And the screws are okay, I would say. They're not the best ones. There are 2 different lengths, and we have washers with the longer ones, but sometimes I can tell you, you have to sometimes bend a lot. It's crazy how much you have to bend. Usually on one screw you have to work with 2 people, so somebody has to bend like this part really strong on the other side to align these things, so, and the other person is then driving the screw into this thread here. That's usually how it goes, especially here on the side or so. Sometimes these things are totally bent, I can tell you. So again, on almost all the screws you have to work with 2 persons. One is aligning and the other one is screwing. Also here you can see it's totally bent. Sometimes we have also larger gaps. Yeah, here's the table. That's also one example here where we have huge gaps. Watch the thing here. You can almost go with my finger. Yeah, I can go with my finger into here. That's absolutely crazy. I mean, that's the craziest gap here, but it looks really, really ugly. I mean, of course, we will turn this to the back, to the inside, so hopefully nobody will see. It also came really dirty. I think my wife has already been cleaning a little bit. No, it's still here. You can see that it's really dirty. I hope we can clean that. Doesn't look really good. I mean, there will be the glass plate on top of that, but still, when you have this dirt underneath, we'll have to clean that. A lot of parts are really dirty, not everything, but quite some things. What we also see, I mean, also this is really super dirty. What we also see now, when we look from the side, this is absolutely insane. That's almost the craziest thing here. I hope you can see that this is not straight. This should be straight, but it makes like this. It's totally bent. The fabrics is woven totally bent, and you can't do that. There's no way you can pull this to the side or so. I have tried this. It's not working. It's just too much power. So it looks absolutely crazy. I mean, even when you have this glass on top, everybody will see that. It's totally cheap woven. This is absolutely super bad. And also there are many such parts here on the side where you can see that's cheap here, like endings of the thread here, and it's actually weak. I mean, the fabrics itself, the material, I think is good. It's not bad. It's I mean, the thing which we can expect in 2021, it has a nice pattern here, but yeah, they just didn't pull enough. I mean, I have seen much nicer constructions. Definitely, I don't say nicer for this price, but definitely it's not a really good construction. I have seen much better quality. Then let's also talk about the pillows. Most of the pillows come covered. One pillow didn't come covered. It was just loose inside, and you can see it's already dirty. It has some stain here. You have to wash it. That's absolutely crazy. You take it out of the box and you have to already wash it. And the material, it's not like beige or brown, it's more like yellowish, like some kind of vanilla. I was hoping like for some kind of beige. Yeah, maybe I didn't look close enough to the description. So here we have a piece of the old furniture, and that has been a beige, really nice beige. You can see good quality when we put them side by side. Maybe you can see that here. That's the old one. That was a $1,000 furniture, 7 years old, and this is the new one. And if I had a choice, I would still prefer the old one even after 7 years. It's so much nicer. You can feel it's thick. This is rather thin. It's cheap. It's definitely not cotton. It's just cheap plastic. I don't know what it is. Here we have the material. So here we have it. It says polyester fiber 100%. Yeah, it definitely feels like polyester. This was cotton, thick cotton. This is cheap, dirt cheap polyester. At least I would say it's dirt cheap. At least it feels. Yeah, it doesn't give like it doesn't have like a premium feeling. This has a premium feeling. The old one. This one from this patio furniture definitely doesn't have premium feeling. And when we open it with the zipper, this is how it looks. This is inside, if you're interested to know. So we can definitely, I think, take it apart and at least wash it. There's no wash label on it, but I think we can wash it. Yeah, I'm not expecting that anything will happen. This is just polyester. Polyester is supposed to be washable. Definitely, maybe regarding the stains, it's okay, but definitely no premium feeling. And it's also thin. You can see, you can easily squeeze this thing here. It's absolutely not thick. I mean, the old one was much better, much heavier, much more like cushion inside. One thing which we also get is this decoration pillow. Yeah, it's not a bad thing if you like it. The design as an extra maybe I can't remember that it was in the listing. Maybe they'll give you that because most people get mad because of the quality and how difficult it is to assemble, and then they give it as an extra to calm down people's mind, so they are not complaining too much. But again, yeah, most of it is really disappointing compared to the picture, compared to the description. Everything is really disappointing. It's not totally damaged, but it's cheaply made. Everything is bent, and the material, yeah, you can see in most places it's rather loose. Again, it's waved, not straight. Also here, I mean, this is just a chair, and you can see this is not straight. This is supposed to be straight. If you spend a little bit more money, you will get it straight, and here it's totally bent. So I think I have shown you most of it. Also regarding the tools, by the way, tools, yeah, that's one from me, which is better. There's also the original tool, the Allen wrench, which you get. This side here, this side is okay. This side is this silly thing. I don't know why people are buying these. I mean, of course, you can buy these on Amazon with this silly head here, but I mean, some of the screws, they are so close here to the fabrics. You have to almost use this side here, and this side is so small you can damage the screw. So I had to bring my own Allen wrench here. And even better, I mean, of course, I recommend to use something like that, a normal screwdriver with this bit holder, and then a real good quality bit. That's much easier. Regarding these screws as well, again, there are just two different type of screws. The screw quality, I would say they are okay, but there are no spare screws, not a single one. This is absolutely insane. If you mess up here with the hole, if you damage this thing here in the back or something else, yeah, you have to find your own screw. Also washers, I think in the first set there was even one washer missing. Absolutely crazy. So I keep assembling everything, and after that I will show you the end result and give you some final conclusion after that. Yeah, so we are here after assembling everything and using it for a couple of days. For the assembly we used about 2 hours for the two of us. Actually it was more like 2.5 hours. Usually I would say it's doable in about 2 hours with two person easily. There was one big problem for us, and that was this screw here. You can see it's totally defective. Unfortunately, there are absolutely no spare screws in this set, in this combination. That's a little bit sad. If you spend like $500, $600, $700, depending on where and how, at what conditions you find it, you would expect definitely some spare screws. It's just probably a couple of cents. And yeah, what I found a similar screw, a little bit longer than that, from Europe, and I cut it in the right length, so I've been able to use that here easily. But with this thread here, I mean, it's the I think more European Chinese style thread. I don't know how easy it is to get in the US, like in a Home Depot or so. Apart from that, I can confirm that it didn't have any like failures, any defects or so. When we look at it, I mean, it's not really nicely woven. Also, these chairs here, usually, or most of these lines are bent. They are not straight, they are a little bit bent. I mean, it's not crazy, but it affects actually all, like everything, all the chairs, everything, even this table here. But still it looks quite nice. I mean, I'm not expecting that somebody would come here and say, yeah, you have some quite nice Rattan lounge, but everything is a little bit bent. No, I don't think that's going to happen. But if you're the owner, if you bought this, yeah, maybe it bothers you a little bit since you know it. Then regarding pillows, we have been using them now for a couple of days, and yeah, this is exactly what I've been thinking at the beginning. I mean, the material on top, on the outside, looks really cheap. Everything is totally wrinkled. I mean, I'm not saying that it will fall apart pretty soon. Yeah, I think I have to turn it around, but yeah, you can see everything is wrinkled. I mean, you can do this probably into the washing machine and dryer.
and then you have a chance that it will look better. By the way, they are everywhere. Some of these threads here, some of them you can pull out, some of them you have to cut off, but still no real defects. Regarding the feet, the feet are plastic and there are wheels underneath. You can adjust the height a little bit, not too much, just a little bit. So for us it has been working, even though the floor is a little bit uneven. What we also got, of course, were these connectors. I think this is intended if you want to connect these chairs, you can use that. We haven't been using that. We haven't been using that also in the old lounge. That's not something which I want to use. I've tried this to connect. It looks like it's rather difficult. What I also wanted to tell you, of course, is the height here. Just make sure that the height is something which fits to you. Usually the old Rattan lounges have been higher, so they give more like head support if you want to lay down and take a nap or so, or just relax a little bit. This can be a little bit less comfortable. Of course, it's a new style. This is which you probably will find almost everywhere, but I just wanted to mention this to you, that this is maybe a little bit lower than what you're expecting. And also two other things regarding the pillows. What we have them really water protected. I had this here. It has been dropping. I mean, we had a lot of rain and then it has been dropping here, and even after hours the water drops were just on top. If you lean it like this, it will flow away, so it's really nicely protected. On the other hand, what you have to be aware of, I mean, we don't have any corner here. We have just two corners, especially if somebody sits here and pushes the legs towards here, everything will slip out really easily. These pillows here are very, very slippery, I can tell you. These are much more slippery than like normal cotton pillows. You have to be aware of that. And also because they do not have any real structure, no pattern, I think they are really sensitive to stains. We already have something here. I don't know if this has been something which has been coming down from the rain, and you can see it already here. So especially if you have like children or animals or so, this is something which you should consider. When I compare it to the stuff which we had before, and it was not much more expensive, this is cotton, has a nice structure, is much thicker, and also I think it's much more resistant, or like not so sensitive regarding stains. But overall, I would say this is something which you can buy. I'm not saying it's total trash, definitely not. Especially what's really surprising me, or what surprised me, is that apart from the one screw, it didn't have like a single damage or so. I mean, we have already bought some of such lounges locally, and usually they had some errors, some defects, and this one actually I haven't found anything. One last thing maybe regarding this table. Of course, it doesn't come with this candle, but it comes with these suction cups, and because of the structure which is woven underneath is so weak, I mean, it's really rather weak everywhere. I mean usually it's not a problem, but with this table and this suction cups here, it's pushing down the suction cups and it doesn't really suck them up. Now it's working. On the first day it hasn't been working. Maybe you can see it doesn't really give some anti-slip or so. Maybe just on the one thing here, so don't expect that it will really hold your glass. I mean, usually that's not something which you are playing around, but it's just something I wanted to let you know, especially if you have children which could push these things around. It's really not protected against slipping away or so. But apart from that, it's not a bad thing. I would give it maybe 3 stars out of 5, maybe even a 4. It's not really bad. You have to decide on your own. I just wanted to show you everything, and I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below. I'm always happy to talk about these things, and if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.